Hello everyone, today we're going to be discussing what I believe you should do in the gym to achieve a Greek god physique. So it's no secret in the that Greek bodybuilding aesthetics have become very desirable among the bodybuilding community. However, there is a wealth of information online that's available on how to achieve this physique, which can be somewhat overwhelming for most beginners. In this video, I'm going to be just covering the basic principles to keep in mind in a straightforward way so that you can achieve the body that you want. So before we begin, I just want to make a quick disclaimer that I am not a licensed professional, and you should always analyze videos like these carefully to make informed decisions that meet your personal needs. Now, let's move on with the video. So in this video, we're going to be discovering 3 key principles to focus on. Number 1 being the targeted areas that you should train, your body fat percentage, and your nutrition. So in terms of the targeted areas that you want to focus on, starting off with the wide upper back. So focusing on exercises like dumbbell rows and pull-ups and deadlifts are going to help build this muscle area, and in combination with training your shoulders to make them capped, round, and develop your wide delts are key for developing that V taper, which is when your wide shoulders and your upper back taper to a smaller waist, which is very important for building an aesthetic physique. You want to focus on developing that upside down triangle look with all muscle groups being well developed and proportionate to each other. So focusing on some lateral raises and dumbbell shoulder press will do you a lot of good, and rear delt raises as well to hit all areas of the shoulder. So as you can see in this photo, there is a demonstration of lateral raises. So doing a lot of lateral raises will help you develop a rounder shoulder. So as you can see in this photo, I just put this here as like a demonstration of like how the V taper works. So just flowing along with this upside down triangle, just developing those broader shoulders that are much wider in proportion to your smaller waist. So just following this principle when developing your physique is going to be really key. So next, you want to be focusing on developing defined abs. So you want to develop these muscles, but they are not going to show if you don't keep your body fat percentage low, which we're going to talk about later. But some key exercises that you could use to develop your ab muscles are Russian twists, as you can see in this photo here at the top, and hanging leg raises. And developing well-developed arms are also a key component when developing an aesthetic physique. So training the biceps and triceps is super important. So exercises like incline dumbbell curl is a great exercise for the biceps, and overhead tricep extension is great for triceps. I'd also say training forearms is also really key. So exercises like reverse barbell curls and farmer walks are going to help make your arm very well proportionate. No one's going to really notice if you have good arms if you're wearing a shirt and your biceps and triceps are covered, but if you have really well developed forearms, it's going to make you look more aesthetically appealing in terms of your physique. So in terms of training chest, I would say focusing on the upper chest is the most important aspect when training the chest. It will add to your overall aesthetic appeal. So exercises like incline dumbbell press or incline bench press are going to help develop that upper chest really well. I'd also say training your quads and your calves for proportional leg development is going to help out a lot as well. So particularly the quads will add a balance to your physique and make you look really strong. Do not skip out on legs. They are really, really important to your physique. So focusing on exercises like leg extensions, heavy squats, and Bulgarian split squats, as well as calf raises for your calves. Seated or standing works pretty well. It doesn't really matter that much, but whatever you feel is the best for developing your calves is the exercise that you should do. It is important to note, however, that your calf genetics play a big role in your calf development, but just training them as best as you can is going to probably just do a little bit of benefit. And not many people talk about this area, but I believe training the neck is very important. A well-developed neck complements the shoulders and traps, making your upper body look more broad and more powerful. A thicker neck is subconsciously associated with strength, athleticism, and dominance. So, doing exercises like neck curls, as you can see here, the side neck curl or the front neck curl, is going to be really helpful. And neck training also just improves your posture and will balance the head and help prevent any neck strain from prolonged phone or computer use. It also protects against whiplash and concussion in sports or accidents. And so yeah, there's a lot more benefit to just aesthetic appeal, but also just practical use is will be added when you're training your neck. So next we're going to be talking about body fat percentage. So low body fat will expose your abs, particularly your lower abs and your obliques, and will also have some benefit in showing these separations between your muscles, for example your delts in your arms, your chest and your shoulders, and will highlight some veins and striations that will signal leanness and muscularity. So even large muscles can look too soft or hidden if your body fat percentage is way too high. So sticking between 10 and 12% is ideal for men, but I think 13, 14, 15% is pretty good too. But 10 and 12% is just kind of that sweet spot where your abs are showing and you have really good vein development. It will also just improve your facial aesthetics as well, which is another benefit in terms of like looks maxing and prioritizing aesthetics. So it'll enhance your jawline, your cheekbones, and your eye area, and this will contribute to a more chiseled kind of look, and it'll be especially noticeable in photos or videos. It also just adds a benefit to health and hormonal benefit and your hormonal health. So when done properly, low body fat paired with muscle mass can improve your insulin sensitivity, inflammation markers, and your testosterone levels, especially paired when resistance training. However, going way too low or losing body fat way too quickly is going to backfire for you, especially if you go underneath 8%. That is just way too low, and you're just going to look malnourished as well, and it's going to have detrimental effects on your hormone health. So just sticking between 10 and 12%, lowering your body fat slowly, being patient with it is going to be very beneficial. In terms of nutrition, red meat is really helpful for muscle growth, strength, and recovery. Red meat is a high quality protein rich in all 9 essential amino acids for muscle repair. It'll contain creatine as well, which will naturally boost strength and performance. If you're not eating enough red meat, supplementing with creatine is fine. But if you're eating plenty of red meat, I wouldn't say you need to supplement with creatine. Red meat will also contain iron, which will improve your oxygen delivery and endurance, as well as zinc and vitamin B12, which is critical for testosterone, energy, and immune health, as well as saturated fats, which in moderation can support hormone health, especially testosterone. Your best picks are going to be grass-fed beef, bison, lamb, and lean steak. Eggs are a really high-quality protein source. They contain healthy fats like cholesterol, which will be found in the yolk, and it'll be very beneficial for your testosterone. Eggs also contain choline, which will support your brain and nervous system, which is really important for focus and lifting performance. And eggs also contain a good amount of vitamin D, which will help your testosterone levels as well as your bone health. I would say just eat the whole egg. Most of the nutrients are in the yolk. Egg whites are pretty good too, but eating the whole egg, you're going to get far more benefits. I'd also say fruits are really beneficial, especially for energy, antioxidants, and insulin sensitivity. So kiwis are really, really good. They're basically like a superfood. And fruits will contain fructose and glucose, which is beneficial for fast, clean energy, especially for training without any insulin crashes. They also contain fiber, which will aid your digestion and improve nutrient absorption, as well as antioxidants, which will reduce inflammation and oxidative stress from hard training. They also contain micronutrients like vitamin C, potassium, and polyphenols to support recovery and metabolic health. Some top picks for me are kiwis, avocados, bananas, and blueberries, but honestly, most fruits are going to do you a lot of benefit. So in conclusion, building an aesthetic physique requires a lot of discipline and patience, but with the right diet and exercise plan, you can definitely achieve it. In the link down below, I've attached a document for a workout program that you can try, but please note it does require you to have access to a gym and weights and barbells, and pull-up bars, etc., and a dip bar. I'll be making a separate video in the future on exercises that you can do at home for calisthenics and with gym rings as well. But I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like, and if you want to leave some feedback in the comment section down below, please feel free to do so. I am still learning and I'm always open to new ideas. So if you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe for future videos, and until next time.